Scholes begs AMORIM to make one simple change that'll transform Man United results and get the fans on side. As Man United breaks £667 million record as official paperwork released, Paul Scholes has urged RUBEN AMORIM to deploy an important Manchester United player in a different role, and the change could also work wonders for a second United star. AMORIM has overseen Man United's worst start to a season for 33 years. His winning percentage of just 26 in the Premier League is tragic, while his winning percentage across all competitions, 36, places him as Man United's worst manager since World War II. Clearly, all is not well at Old Trafford right now, though it's a familiar tale in the post-Ferguson era. The Portuguese retains the backing of United's hierarchy for now. However, separate updates from the Mirror and Mail have both shed light on when that stance could change and when the axe could fall. To prevent an early exit, Man United legend, Paul Scholes, has urged the under-fire United boss to make one simple change. AMORIM is notoriously inflexible with his tactics, formation, and philosophy. Nevertheless, he has shown a willingness to deploy players in different positions within his system. Captain Bruno Fernandes is now assuming a deeper central midfield role after playing the vast bulk of his Man United career as a more advanced number 10. When speaking to Sky Sports, Scholes explained why AMORIM simply has to revert Fernandes to the number 10 role when drawing upon his own experiences as a United player. He is the most creative player on the team, he should be playing as the number 10, there is no doubt about that, Scholes declared. But he is being asked to do something different. It is normal for a number 10 like he is to be able to do it for 2 or 3 games, to fill in when a midfielder is injured or suspended or something. But then you get a little bit bored of going back into position to defend. Scholes added, "I did both roles. As a number 10, the last thing you want to think about is defending. Once you go back into a 2 in midfield, all of a sudden you are thinking about defense, about what your runner is doing. It's a totally different mindset." Fernandes' change could benefit Man Utd too. Fernandes is lined up alongside either Casemiro or Manuel Ugarte in the double pivot this term. As such, homegrown star and fan favourite, Kobbie Mainoo, has taken a backseat. Mainoo pushed to leave Man United on loan in the final week of the window. After failing to sign a new midfielder, United blocked Mainoo's exit request. Pushing Fernandes back into a more advanced role would open the door for Mainoo to return to the 11 and partner Casemiro or Ugarte. Speaking after the 1-1 draw with Fulham in August, AMORIM insisted Mainoo is in direct competition with Fernandes for starts this season. As such, and if Fernandes were moved back into the number 10 role, the position he'd vacate further back would be Mainoo's to lose. Of course, a knock-on consequence of shifting Fernandes higher up the pitch is an attacker would be relegated to the bench. When all are fit, there'd only be room for 2 from Bryan Mbeumo, Mason Mount, Amad Diallo, Matheus Cunha, and Benjamin Sesko to start in and around Fernandes. In other news, Man United breaks £667 million record as official paperwork released. Manchester United have released their Q4 results for the 2024-25 financial year, showcasing club record revenues despite a woeful season on the pitch. In the first full campaign under the leadership of Sir Jim Ratcliffe following his £1.25 billion part takeover, Man United finished 15th in the Premier League and, after losing to Tottenham in the Europa League final, ending the season without silverware or the promise of European football in 2025-26. It was a turbulent 12 months off the pitch too. Ineos set in motion a sweeping redundancy program, announced plans to build a new 100,000-seater stadium, and stoked talk of a potential breach of Profit and Sustainability Rules, PSR. Unlike nearly all of their contemporaries, fans get an almost real-time window into United's finances by virtue of the club being listed on the New York Stock Exchange, where businesses are required to file interim statements every 3 months. Incidentally, a decree from US President Donald Trump may mean this is soon no longer the case. But for the time being at least, supporters are able to pore over the accounts in forensic detail once every quarter, providing a more immediate and deeper indication as to the resources at the disposal of RUBEN AMORIM and the rest of the sporting department, as well as commercial performance at Old Trafford. And the latest figures direct from New York make encouraging reading. Manchester United set new revenue record and predict impact of no European football. As they projected in their last interim report, United's Q4 results, released today, show that the club generated record revenues of £666.5 million for 2024-25. That narrowly surpassed their previous record of £662 million in 2023-24. Significantly, however, that was a season in which United competed in the lucrative Champions League, unlike last season. Perhaps most significantly, United's latest set of results forecasts revenue of £640 to £660 million for 2025-26. That is despite the club having no revenue from UEFA at all. United's bottom line showed a relatively modest loss of £33 million for the financial year, a significant improvement on the £131 million over the same period in 2023-24. The fall-off in media income from the Champions League was offset by new club records in matchday and commercial categories, which generated £333 million and £160 million respectively. United benefited from an uptick in sponsorship income from the front-of-shirt partnership with Qualcomm's Snapdragon brand, while stadium income increased due to a greater volume of matches, rising general admission prices and an increased emphasis on premium and hospitality ticketing. EBITDA, which stands for earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, and amortization, and is a key metric used to evaluate the underlying health of a business, stood at £183 million, the third highest in the club's history. Wages, which encompass both players and staff, totaled £313 million, a decrease of over £50 million year-on-year. That was attributed to the absence of Champions League football, as well as the mass job cuts enacted by Ratcliffe and his enforcers in M16. Amortization, which is how football clubs account for transfer fees over a player's contract term, stood at £196 million, a small increase of 3.3% on 2023-24. As we settle into the 2025-26 season, we are working hard to improve the club in all areas, said United CEO Omar Barada, commenting on the results. On the field, we are pleased with the additions we have made to our men's and women's first-team squads over the summer, as we build for the long term. Off the field, we are emerging from a period of structural and leadership change with a refreshed, streamlined organization equipped to deliver on our sporting and commercial objectives. We are also investing to upgrade our infrastructure, including completion of the £50 million redevelopment of our men's first-team building at Carrington, on time and on budget, following prior investment in our women's team facilities, to create a world-class environment for our players and staff. Meanwhile, planning continues to meet our ambition of developing a new stadium at Old Trafford as part of a transformational regeneration of the surrounding community. To have generated record revenues during such a challenging year for the club demonstrates the resilience which is a hallmark of Manchester United. Our commercial business remains strong as we continue to deliver appealing products and experiences for our fans, and best-in-class value to our partners. As we start to feel the benefits of our cost reduction program, there is significant potential for improved financial performance, which will, in turn, support our overriding priority, success on the pitch. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and make sure to subscribe to Man United Hub to get all the latest updates.